Okay, I have purchased 1974 Javelin piece of junk. It is missing the front. It is missing the front. It has an engine. It has a frame. And it has a body. And in order to get a bonded title, it must have those three items. This is for cars 25 years or older. So I'm going to try to go through the bonded title process because I bought this with no title. So let's try to go through this step by step. All right, I have made a list, and you can get this list off this other page. I'll show you. All right, I'm at the parking lot of the DMV for Texas. So basically what they want, because this number is not in their computer system, they want me to do the VTR 68A, and they're also telling me that this $400 car is worth $16,000. So they want tax paid on $16,000. So I asked about getting a appraisal, and that would trump their appraisal, but she's telling me no, they will not accept a lower value of appraisal for their value determination. So I don't know how that's legal or how that's possible. So I'm going to ask a dealer about that. So the 2 pages that I didn't bring are the 2 pages that they still want. So I don't know how much this cost for the thing, but Galveston County says they will not inspect a car that is not running. And this says for Harris County that they will only do inspections residents who reside in Harris County. So it's telling me that I need to go to Galveston County to get this done. Galveston County says they won't do it unless it's a running car. So, not sure, kind of in a pickle. May just be the end of this process. But Galveston County VIN verification, $40. Law enforcement identification number inspection. So I got the paper. Took I don't know, a couple hours round trip. Had to go get a Walmart. Their credit card machine was broke, so I had to go get a money order. Big pain to drive around the rig. They wanted 4 things. They wanted my driver's license. They wanted 2 VIN numbers. Oh, that glass is coming out of there. Only thing holding it in there was the windshield wipers. I was going to glue that down, but the wind was pulling that out. VIN number. The other VIN number behind the box. They wanted their $40 and something else. Can't remember what it was. Oh, bill of sale. So bill of sale, bill of sale, bill of sale. Make sure when you buy something, even if you're not going to transfer the title, get a solid bill of sale, because they wanted to look at that bill of sale every place I've been. Well, the window just fell out. This chrome was kind of holding it on the side, so I'm going to put some caulking just to hold that window in there so it don't fall out. Alright, bonded titles, a certificate, surety bond, power of attorney bonding. They gave me notice of department for the assessor, so I took this to go get my surety bond. So now all I got to do is go to the tax collector, pay the tax money. So here's where I'm at. $450 purchase, $40 VIN verification, $15 bond application, and I just paid $130. Man, $130 for the bond. so that's on $6,000. Now I'm worried about taxes, because I should theoretically only have to pay taxes what I paid for it, because it's over 25 years old, but they may try to make me pay taxes on $6,000 times 6 is $360. So that will stink. So right now I'm at $5,650 for this car total. So I might be in it almost $1,000, just depends on what the tax man says. I made it to the North Courthouse, Galveston County. So we made it, got her done. All right, they did $3,200 because that page said $4,000 value, and the bond was 1.5 times the value. So I had to pay 210 taxes plus the fees, $243. So now I'm at purchase price, then verification, bond application, the bond itself for 3 years, taxes and title. So total for that 74 Javelin, $878, and that's be lucky to get that money out of that car the way it is sitting right there. So it's at least going to have a title, be worth more once I put the new parts on it. So that's the bonded title application process for Texas. Alright, I'm going to try to do a final video on this bonded title Texas. So basically it says you need the standard 130U form to transfer the title, your registration, title transfer. This VTR 130 statement of fact, you have to fill that out to get the bonded title. You have to fill that out to transfer the bonded title into your name. They're going to want you to get this 68A, but they give you that at the place. So you're going to go get that. This vehicle inspection report, mine was a non-running vehicle, so if your car is a running vehicle, this is one more obstacle you're going to have to get, is an inspection on that vehicle so it can be registered and bonded title. You have to pay a $15 fee, and you got to have your ID. They will give you this form, and you take that form to go get your bond and go get your the title changed. So you're gonna have to have that. So let me go on to the next page. This is another thing on the DMV website. If you bought a car without a title, this is straight from their website, and it tells you got to be a Texas resident. There's a $15 fee. Bonded title, statement of fact, bill of sale. I want to say that again, bill of sale. I did not have a solid bill of sale. I had a very sketchy bill of sale. So get a good bill of sale. Even if you don't think you're going to change the title into your name, get a bill of sale. You got to have an ID. Mine wasn't out of state. You're going to get the VTR 68A. That's the theft department inspection. And then it tells you for an appraisal under $4,000 on a 25-year or older, the value will be set at $4,000. Under. So even if you bought your car for $450 like I did, they are still going to make it $4,000, and you're going to have to get a bond for $6,000, which isn't any big deal. That's $100 plus the fees. Bond to be set. That's an error. Let's say the value is going to be set at $4,000, and you're going to have to pay taxes. I had to pay taxes on $3,200. So let me explain that. I did the self-VIN verification, but where I had to go was Auto Crimes Task Force, and they want to look at the VIN numbers on your car, the hidden ones and the visible one in the dash. So I had an appointment, took 3 weeks, and it cost $40. They were glad that I took off the steering gearbox because my other hidden VIN was under that gearbox. So they probably would have told me to go take your car and take the that steering box off, and so I just had it off where they could look at it. So I had the steering box just dangling down with my car on a trailer. Alright, this is one of the forms. VTR 130 SOF Statement of Fact. That's the bonded title application tax collector. So you fill all of this out the best you can. Fill all of this stuff out, the yes and no questions. Is your vehicle 25 years or older? If yes, what's the current value? So I had the current value right there, 450 bucks, and I signed it off. This is the one that costs $15. Once it's approved, they charge you $15. No big deal. That's the directions. This is 2 pages. So this is page 1, and this is page 2. Shows you all the directions, tells you everything on here. $15. Rebuilt. So there's other things going on if you have rebuilt vehicles that have a Texas record, completed law enforcement, VTR 68A required. Does not have a Texas record. What happens is, the guy told me after 7 years they delete the records. So mine wasn't in the system. So if it is in the system, you may not have to go get that. So you may want to go up there and try to spend your $15 like I did, and then they'll turn you away and tell you to go get all the other stuff. Vehicle application for Texas, that's the 130U. That's for every single car you transfer the title on. You got to take this thing. Now I did not have signature of seller and name printed on here. I didn't think it was important because the guy that sold me the car, this wouldn't have been his title anyways. So they would have been like, who signed this? Why did the seller? But so I just left it blank, and that's why I got a bonded title, is because I did not have a seller. I did not have a title. You still got to fill this paper out to get your bonded title activated. There's instructions for all of this. You can read all this to your heart's content. Now I did this one. They want this because I did not have the car registered or inspected. They want you to fill out this form saying that the vehicle is not registered for use, actually eligible for registration, but vehicle eligible for registration but is not registered. The vehicle cannot be registered for on-road use. So basically I didn't have it. I VIN certification. So read through this. I thought I could just do this self-verification, take a picture of it, but they didn't like that. But then when I got to the title transfer, that's what they wanted. They wanted this filled out. Now, if your car is worth a lot of money, you can go get it appraised. I did not do this because I wanted to go to see if they would do it for the $4,000, and they did in my case. But if they tell you your car is worth $16,000 and you say, well, it's only worth $2,000, you need to go get this vehicle. The only problem is only 2 people can do this, and that's a motor vehicle dealer or an insurance adjuster. And they have to put all their information, and I called around a lot of places. I could only find one person that was willing to do it, and he wanted 75 bucks. Now there's also some instructions that say that the fee is supposed to be within $100 and $300 for this appraisal. So this may be something you will also need to do. All right, this is what I did not get, because it says vehicles eligible for classic car and classic license plates, that's 25 years or older. It says does not apply to any of the following: salvage vehicles, abandoned vehicles, vehicles sold by dealers, vehicles sold through storage, mechanic liens, eligible classic vehicles, transferred even trades, transferred gift, vehicles sold government entities, by government entities or the United States. So theoretically, they're not allowed to use that. But they gave me 80% private sale based on the following. So they were nice enough to use that $4,000 and only charge me $32,000, which I don't know is 80%. But you know, how much do you want to sit there and argue with them? Eventually, you just have to bite the bullet, get it done, pony up the money. They wanted their $230 worth of tax money, pay it. But as far as I was concerned, they should have used, because it says they should use the sales price. It's on here somewhere, but 80%. I don't see that right now, but it is somewhere where it says that they should use the sales price if it's 25 years or older. All right, this is appraising a used motor vehicle for sale by a licensed dealer, or now this is by the comptroller, Texas government. So basically this says appraisal fee no less than $100, no more than. So when the guy was telling me $75, it really probably wasn't legit. He was supposed to be charging $100, but that was nice of him. So basically it says on this form that they should not use standard assumptive value, that they're supposed to use the selling price of the vehicle for cars 25 years and older. So let me see if I can find that. All right, used motor certified appraisal. This is the, I don't understand why there's two of these. One for Texas Comptroller, and then the other one that I showed you, which was from the DMV. So I'm a little bit worried about which one you would fill out and give to the DMV. So that's a little bit of mix-up which one to really use. So I'm not sure, because I didn't have to do that, but that's something you need to think about if your car is worth a lot of money, that you should get an appraisal. All right, this is some of the instructions for the VTR 8068A, and the thing that they did ask me for was a bill of sale or a receipt. Bonded title application. So I already had that bonded title application and took this up there. So you're gonna have to figure out what's best, what you want to do, but I had this all ready to go the best I could. They actually have a bill of sale on the website. This is Harris County tax collector, but if you would take this and fill it out and sign it, signature of seller, and I do not see, it says buyer, but there's no signature of buyer, it's just the signature of the seller. So I don't know how I feel about this bill of sale. Basically it's a generic bill of sale, so if you wanted to sell it to a third party and you had this filled out, this would be like, okay, here's my bill of sale. So I mean, I guess this would work. That's what they have filled out, and it's pretty much just the seller's information. Here's another page for the 68A inspections. So I had all that. I read this, Galveston County, try to figure out where. Here's what you need. For all inspections, you must bring the vehicle, ID, insurance. I didn't have insurance. I didn't have a safety inspection. I had a bill of sale. I did not have a title. Homemade trailers must have all the documents. So even though it says you must bring all this stuff, the reason why I was getting a bonded title was because I did not have any of this stuff. So here's the reasons why you may want that inspection. Homemade trailers, assembly vehicle, missing VIN plate. So there are other reasons that you could go get this inspection. Now, I actually made appointments at first for the DMV, but I realized that they only had like 16 appointments a day, and I'm like, there is no way they're only doing 16 appointments a day. So the second time I went up there, I literally just went up there and got in line, and I waited like about an hour, and they took me and did my paperwork. So even though I set an appointment, you really didn't have to. You could just do a walk-in. Page from the Department of Motor Vehicles Standard Presumptive Value, and it says vehicles that are not subject to standard presumptive value. New vehicles, vehicles purchased from a licensed dealer, vehicles purchased at a government foreclosure, vehicles 25 years or older, off-road vehicles, salvage, and so on and so forth. So I did not understand their logic of me still having to do the value at $4,000 when I clearly paid $450 for it. I should have only had to pay taxes on $400. And it says if you paid taxes less than standard presumptive value, you may pay taxes on an appraised amount provided that certified license. So it says you can, but you have to do it obtained within 20 working days of the date of purchase. So they do have a bunch of squirrely things that they're requiring. What you're going to need is a VR 270 and fill that out, and a picture of the VIN number. VIN ID, self-certification, no registration, title only, non-running. Alright, these are all the fees I ended up paying. Fees, taxes, title fees, $243. So that's what I paid, and here's their calculation at the bottom. $3,200 sales tax paid, $200 tax penalty, $10. They gave me a tax penalty? That's the first time seeing that. I guess they wanted to penalize me because it was more than the 20 days to get all this worked out. Those turkeys. Tax penalty. You know how I feel about that. Those people are just sales tax fee penalty, $10. Man, that chaps me, that's for sure. So I paid $450 for the car. Get a bill of sale over and over and over again. The VIN verification, 6-8A, $40. Bond application, statement of fact, $130. $15. Then for the bond, once they approve it, I went around the corner, bought the bond, $130. And then the title and tax, $243. Total $878 for this project. One last thing, I think I took a picture of that, but they literally kept everything at the DMV. They kept my bond, they kept my 68A, they kept all my paperworks. So basically I have nothing now but the receipt. Alright, wanted to do a quick video. Got this today in the mail. 74 AMC, Texas Certificate of Title. And basically it says bonded title, VIN certification waived. And that was the self VIN verification where they put that I was not getting it inspected and registered to drive on the road. So I guess they branded it with that. So that's theoretically going to be on there for 3 years and then should come off. Or maybe it'll always be on there. But the bond's only good for 3 years, so I'm not sure the story of that. But anyway, there you go. Did get the title AMC 2-door. Fun times.